So real quick, I want to get into the science behind that video, and then we can move on. Was that warm or hot water in the cup?
I don't know the exact temp. It was probably hot water.
Because people do the
yes, so
the boiling water.
First thing, if you're gonna do this, be sure you're not doing it into the wind or straight above your head.
Right.
You don't want that coming down on you because it doesn't completely the whole thing go and evaporate what you're seeing there. So in essence,
this is the best case scenario.
That was good. Yeah. What's happening is you've got like a uniform, like a glass. You toss it, the water disperses, and it gets it turns into droplets, and those droplets then evaporate really quickly because it's so cold, and that vapor is all ice crystals. So you just see that process go really quickly. Yeah.
But again, good point. Do not do this where you see the videos.
Yes, it can be
like
really,
this.
or just like if you threw it out in front and you're into a headwind, it could come back.
Oh my gosh.
It's just, you
terrible.
got to really be careful with that.
Well, A4 for this video.
That was good. Yeah,
yes.
it was cool to see that. And you have to have really cold temp, like sub-zero, like that video. There is a little bit of light snow to the north. This is nothing huge, maybe a dusting for some overnight. Temperatures are in the teens in the south, single digits to the north. This is that backdoor warm front. It sneaks in overnight. That's why there's this snow chance for the northern half of the state. It does nothing for temperatures. So, yes, it's a warm front, but it will not be warm. Tomorrow looks pretty cold, actually. I think it's a struggle to reach 20 degrees. And to our south, this is the big ticket item for the weekend. This is where all the national news is going to be focused because this storm, as it develops, is going to drop a large amount of snow in the Carolinas. I'm thinking some places could easily get over half a foot of snow as this storm develops off the southeast coast. This then moves to the north and east, and it's going to pass by the 40-70 benchmark to the east. So we look at that because a lot of times if a storm passes, right over that, something like that, then it's a better chance for snow in Maine. But this one looks to be offshore, and because of that, we're going to be on the very edge of the precipitation shield. So we're going to be close to it, but it's going to be a brush. I think very minimal snow for Maine, perhaps a little more down east. And because it's so big, the precip shield extends really far away from the center of the storm, the low. The other thing about this is that the low is going to be deep. It's going to be strong, so it's going to be a strong storm, and it's going to have a pretty big wind field, and I do think we see some northeast wind gusts, 35, 45 miles per hour, as this thing works by Sunday p.m. into early Monday. So I did adjust the snow map a little bit. The guidance tonight is trending a little more to the east, so mainly a coastal thing, perhaps a little more down east, and it may even trend lower if the data continues to pull away from Maine. Wind gusts, I think we're in line for some gustier winds, 35 to 45 near the coast, 25 to 35 inland. Sustained numbers likely around 20 to 30 on those numbers. So the trees can handle stuff like that. There could be an isolated power outage, but I don't think this is a huge risk to power loss. There will be some minor coastal flooding. We're going to have bigger waves, astronomical high tides. So Sunday morning, Sunday night, there could be some higher than average tides, which could lead to the coastal flooding. Minor, though. And then the full moon will also help amplify the tides. So Sunday looks to be the day that all of this happens. As we head toward the weekend, it stays very cold. We don't get any semblance of a warm up till maybe early next week with highs approaching freezing. But, we'll see how this storm behaves. The trend is the other way, not toward us. So I'm not overly concerned about numbers ramping up or anything like that. But, we're now 3 days out. So confidence is on the rise, and we're not expecting, huge, like nothing like we saw last week.
Right.
Yeah.
Right. The picture is becoming clearer now.